Okay then guys, so if you have not heard, I've just, a week ago got my IFBB Pro card and now an IFBB Pro, obviously. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be doing a few videos like this. Now my head is back in the game and I've not got my diet brain on. So just going to do a few videos like this and basically going to be documenting my journey and posting it up on here up until my first pro show, which I think all being well is going to be in May next year, but that's to be confirmed. So first thing is, I thought that the best thing to do would if I just talk about what I'm going to be doing in relation to what I teach you guys. So what I teach you guys is when you come out of a dieting phase, or if you guys first sign up with me and you're in a little bit of a mess, excuse me, I get you to what I call prime your metabolism. Okay, so a lot of you would traditionally call this bulking up. I don't like using that term because I just think it gives people an excuse to get fat. Okay, people have this mindset that they can have a huge surplus of calories because they're bulking up. It's okay to lay down massive amounts of body fat because they'll just diet it off later down the line. Now the problem with that is you make your dieting really hard. Okay, super hard. For example, in my last show I was 21 stone 4 pounds in the off season, and then I went through the transitional phase, which we'll talk about that another time, and then I ended up on stage this time at 277 pounds, which is 19 stone 11, so that is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that is 20 pounds of body fat that I've lost from the off season to being on stage in 19 weeks, which is £1 a week, which is fuck all. Okay, my belief is if you can stay relatively lean in the off season, you will end up bigger and better and harder and leaner on stage or on the beach or wherever you want to be when it comes to the end of your diet. I'm not a fan of bulking up and looking like a sack of shit in the off season. You train to look good all the time. You want to look like a bodybuilder, or you want to look like you train, you want to look like you go to the gym. You just don't want to look like a fat fucking mess. Alright, so phase one, which I have just entered into this week, is the priming phase. So you might have seen in some of my other videos and some of the documents in this group and stuff, like that circle that I put with the 4 phases in. So this is phase 1, what I'm going into now, priming. The idea of prime that metabolism, get those nutrients, those calories as high as you possibly can without getting fat. You do not want to be going over 12% body fat. Okay, so get the calories as high as you possibly can. That set point for your dieting, the higher you can get that, the easier, I don't know if easy is the right word, or the more calories you're going to be on towards the end of your diet, which it will make things easier. So you're not walking around like a fucking zombie because you're not eating no food, not having to do zero carb protocols and zero fat protocols. So you know, get that food as high as you possibly can without getting fat. Okay, so you just need to be in a 250-300 calories per day surplus to slowly put on some lean tissue, okay, to grow. You just need to make sure you're training your fucking arse off. You need to make sure you're training hard enough, and that is one of the things that I see, one of the problems that I see is people are just not training hard enough. Okay, they're eating what they want, when they want, thinking that it's okay because they're bulking up, but they're just getting fat. And they're not training hard enough. They're not doing any cardio in the off season, which you must be doing cardio work in the off season to stay healthy, to keep that ticker healthy and good working order. Okay, so phase 1 priming. There's other things that we look at in phase 1, but phase 1 priming is to prime that metabolism, get those calories as high as you possibly can for that, to get that set point as high as you possibly can, ready for dieting. Okay, what else do we look to do in the priming phase is have as much variety as we possibly can for the food sources. So many different varieties of protein, carbs, fats. Okay, nutrient dense foods is what we're primarily focused on, but there will come a point when we need more calorie dense foods. Okay, now if you're 12 stone, 13 stone, and you're fucking banging Rice Krispies in post workout, you don't need to do that. You do not need to do that. If you're like 17, 18 plus stone, and you're having to eat like 5, 6, 7,000 calories, then you need to start banging in, the more calorie dense foods. Hence, though, if you are 12 stone and you truly are eating 6,000 calories, you probably will need to eat some calorie dense foods. But most of you do not need to be doing calorie dense foods. There's a high proportion of your diet mostly wants to be nutrient dense foods in your diet. Okay, so what the rule that I go by is this: 3 sources of protein, 3 sources of fats, 3 sources of carbohydrates in your daily plan. Okay, so my guys, they have a daily plan from me. They use some nutrition software that I've developed. It allows them to swap foods at a click of a button. They don't even have to think about getting a calculator out and working out the macros. It does it all for them. But I do say to them, you need to have 3 of each every single day, 3 of each. That way you are going to develop a full spectrum of microflora within the gut. Your gut will stay healthy. When you come to dieting down, you haven't got to diet down on chicken and broccoli, because that will cause you problems anyway. Okay, so just having very limited food sources all the time in your diet will cause you issues. And I see this all the time, guys who've been on really, really strict diets, not having a lot of variety, and then going straight into a heavy bulk with all sorts of foods that they're not used to, and it causes them all sorts of digestive issues and problems moving forward, and takes them months and months to get over. Okay, so if we can eliminate that straight away by continuously having 3 sources of each, and then rotating those sources around every 3 weeks. Okay, so it's pretty easy to remember: 3 sources of protein, carbs and fats, rotate a new one in every 3 weeks. Okay, that can be a pain in the arse if you're using pen and paper or MyFitnessPal, because you've got to work out all the calories and macros and stuff. But like I said, the software that I use, that I've developed, it does it all for you. You just pick your food source and it puts it in, works it all out. Okay, so they're the 2 main things in phase 1 that we need to get right. Increase the amount of calories, so your set point is really high when you begin a diet, and increase the number of food sources that you're having in your diet, so you develop a full range of microflora in the gut, keep that gut healthy. Healthy gut, everything else is working optimally. You're going to get optimal uptake of the nutrients that you're putting in. So you're probably going to have to eat less because your digestive system is optimal. Okay, so that's phase 1. That's the priming phase. That's what you guys need to be thinking of when you're bulking. Don't just think of, I'm bulking, I'm going to pack on as much weight as possible, because most of it's going to be shit. Okay, and you've got to take it all back off anyway when you diet, so you're just causing yourself problems and more stress than what's needed. All right, so that's it for this one. I'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to talk about phase 2, just at the gym now. First workout back since starting, since the show, so this is going to hurt real bad. Okay, so see you tomorrow.